G'day guys and girls, welcome back to Sidequest Gaming, where we take a look at both old games and new to try and uncover some of those little hidden gems you might want to give a crack and try out for yourself. Today we're looking at the demo for a medieval kind of RPG by the name of Nested Lands that is set to come out sometime soon. No release date just as yet, but we're going to dive in for about 20 to 30 minutes of gameplay. As always, going to wrap up with our thoughts, feelings and impressions on the game at the end. Let's dive in and create a new character. Our character's name will be Lindsay. And let's go. World creation. World name will be The Quest of Sides. Oh, I can't do that. So it's the side quest. Alright, done. Okay, we are a bold man. Look at us. And we've survived 0 days. Let's do it. I have not spent any time with this game as of yet, so everything will be quite new to me.
He's dead. It died 20 years ago, when the death plague was born. It came for all, killing indiscriminately. It killed the poor, it killed the rich, the powerful, and the powerless. For a time, there was resistance, hope, but for a time. When King Roderick II fled the capital, chaos became the only remaining. The kingdom of Sakna turned on itself, like a beast consuming its own flesh. Suffering became the new norm until we couldn't do it longer. That is why I decided to sail to the ancestral home of my family. For Norovalia, yet I fear I've come to find only more misery. Bandits and savages swarm the land, preying on the poor survivors. Destruction adorns the landscape, leaving only ruins to spare. Yet I must not surrender to despair. I have come with a dream, bound by blood, to start my own village, to have a place that is safe, truly safe. To use the ancestral bell of our people as a beacon of security, a beacon of light amongst the darkness. It is up to me to find allies here, amidst all the rotting corpses. Only together can we hope to tame these nested lands.
I kind of really dig this music, and the voice acting is great. Like, it's actually that's set up quite a dark and compelling little world. I'm interested. So a bit of a survival RPG world builder, I guess. Let's see. Alright, we are looking pretty emaciated. We are on the North Plains. There's a dude right near us. Are we like throwing up? What are we doing?
Liking it last time.
Bold it.
That was quite a crash back there. How you feeling? A little better?
I'm fine. What happened to my boat?
Destroyed, I'm afraid. You're stuck here now, same as I. The name's Boulder, by the way.
We're very new in, but the graphics definitely need a bit of work at the moment.
Is this Norovalia?
It is. Currently on the island of the North Plains, the tamest of the world. Although you managed to land on the worst part.
What do you mean? Are we in danger?
No immediate danger, at least. Get up. We can talk about it later. For now, I managed to salvage some of your things. There's some food, drink, and a tunic for you to wear. They're in your backpack, over there.
Thank you for saving my life.
Not sure I really did that, but you're welcome. Now, up you go.
Okay. So we are... Well, at least we got a beard and we're not the scruffy bald guy in the picture. That's important.
Good thing I wasn't planning a second voyage. At least it got me here. That's what matters.
Let's read the note. My child, I leave you this note so that you may forever carry our spirits with you. Ancient Norovalia was a beautiful place when your father and I lived there. I can only hope that it will receive you with open arms, but do not despair even if it doesn't. You are strong and wise, and you can do what the plague prevented us from doing. Starting your own village will be no easy task, but I know you can do it. The hardest part will be finding people you can trust. There will come a time when you must think that there is no one you can trust, but that is not true. Even in the midst of the chaos, there are always people you can trust. Too many trusts in those last few sentences to me. Mourn us not, my dear, for we will see each other again. With eternal love and care, your darling mother. There's a fair bit of blood there. We took a bit of a scuffing in that crash, I would say. Alright, we have a backpack. Right, let's go into our inventory. I like that kind of like graphic there. Wait, I'm just going to get out. I need that thing to go away. Yeah, cool. Alright, we have a tunic. Let's just can't drag and drop on him, have to put in the slot. Unfortunately, that image doesn't change. I was kind of hoping it would layer onto it or something. And we have a torch. I guess we'll put the torch in our hot slot and an apple down here. I'm guessing we're going to eat an apple and food. I don't know why I'm getting that like flickering effect when I hover over the item. It is a demo. I like the sort button, but that's gotta change because that's problematic. Thirst, hunger, all that's fine. Got a crafting menu over here. Cool. So I'm sure the stone axe will be coming up very shortly, as normally it is the case. All right, get our torch out. See what there is to see. Can't run low health. That makes sense as a mechanic. I don't know how that, like, it logically makes sense. I don't think it will be an enjoyable mechanic.
Seems like you messed yourself up pretty bad there.
Yeah, I'm not feeling very well.
No wonder, given how hurt you are. You see those boxes over there? Look for some cotton in them. You should be able to make that.
Yeah.
Don't.
Okay, tutorial. Let's make some bandages. As I was saying, I think that it'll be interesting to see how that idea of not being able to run when you are injured will play out in reality, because I feel like what that means is the moment you start getting a bit too hurt, you are going to like not be able to like kind of run away and get away from the enemy to, you know, recover. So I think that could put us in some interesting spots. So we just made a bandage. Let's put it on our hotkey slot. We'll use it, and we have just healed. Medicine used. Okay. Nice. We can recover health with bandage.
Maybe I can find something here.
Food. Eat an apple for the sake of eating an apple. No, we're not hungry, so we can't consume it. There's blood all over the ground or something. Toggle between walking and running. Okay, cool. How do I do that? I feel like I am running. That did not give me a whole lot of explanation there. It gave me a video of it, but not the key. Okay, let's run.
What the hell happened here? What do we have here?
Why did we just say what the hell? Oh, okay. That makes a bit more sense. That doesn't look good. Where did Boulder go? He's just running past corpses like there's nothing happening. Yeah, he's like, nah, man, this is normal. Welcome to my island. I'm the strange man who found you on the edge that I'm just hanging out with a whole bunch of bodies. Nothing to look at. Nothing to see here. Okay, so we have a pickaxe. Let's put it there. Equip it and wield it by activating combat mode. Well, that's stealth mode. What is combat mode? There we go. Okay. How do I deactivate combat mode? Shift. Okay, cool. Oh, a plant fiber. Sounds good. I could probably make an axe too in a minute. So should I do that now? Like, I mean, we found a pickaxe, but... Oh, wood logs. Stone. We are working out and carrying all the heavy things. That's what we're going to do. Okay, pick all the bits up. Why they're weirdly kind of stacked out like this, I will not know, but apparently we are quite strong. Okay, I don't like... I guess the animation's not too bad there. How do I feel about the little white dots that indicate that something is interactable with? I'm not sure at the moment. Like, I don't mind them, I don't hate them. it just means that from a UI perspective, that's a lot of white dots around, and I don't know. So I tend to be the kind of player that prefers not having those kind of helper hints. I kind of like it to just be, right, you figure it out, you can click on something. Or that, like, you know, it gets a slight outline or shadow behind it. I'm not in... Yeah, the more I think about it, I'm not in love with the white dots, but it is what it is. Let's make us a... Oh, can't get a wood piece. Okay, if we make a wood piece, 4 wood pieces, we can make a stone axe. Axe seems a bit more powerful than a pickaxe, and let's make a few more bandages. We got a bunch of that gives us healing capability. We're going to use one now just to get our health up a bit more, and let's put... Oh, that flickering is a bloody problem, and I can't... Okay, so I can't drag drop on top of it. I actually have to drag out. Don't love that either, but that's okay. We have an axe.
Oh, feeling better. That's good. Because we've got another problem. The damn bandits that threw me in this dump seem to have blocked the exit. We have no chance of survival here. With this many corpses, it won't be long before the death plague shows its putrid visage here. We need to leave, and we need to do it now.
Don't worry. I can take care of myself.
Can you? You won't mind looking around for some materials. Wood and stone, mostly. To craft an axe capable of breaking this barrier.
Hey, who would have thunk it?
Leave
Already
to
on
me.
it, mate.
But what are you going to do?
I need to make sure there's no one waiting for us on the other side of this gate. We don't want to escape just to get killed, do we?
I suppose.
Oh, and since you're at it, make a pickaxe.
So, what the heck, mate? Like, how are you going to check there's no one on the other side when you can't get over it? That makes no sense. Got to craft some wood pieces. We got a stone axe. I'm not... That should have picked that up. That I already did it. So I don't think it's going to let me get through there to, like, craft another one. That's infuriating. Don't love that. Oh well, it's what it is. Beginning of the end. It's the end of the world as we know it. Okay. So maybe I could have just cut through there. There wasn't any...
that gate like it was nothing. Sure it was
there wasn't any
weapon or
visible
the
damage
wielder.
that appeared as it went.
Thanks, Boulder. We need to decide what to do now. Won't be long before nightfall.
That it won't. And we really don't want to be left wandering around after dark. There's a place not far from here where we could spend the night. There used to be a village there a long time ago.
There was a village there, with people?
Yes, mate. That's usually what villagers mean.
There was a village there. Yes, it was a long time ago. Everyone who lived there is either dead or has become a memory in someone else's story. Still, it should be safe, at least for now.
Safe is all I care about right now.
Lead the way.
Okay. Let's collect some of the wood pieces from the fence we just destroyed. And let's go. Surely the next bit will be some combat. Very spooky and ominous area. Oh. They've got a good feel on the atmosphere, I think.
That tower. The bandits that destroyed my village locked us here to watch as we starved and killed each other. I hope those bastards got what was coming to them.
Okay. So telling us that there's some bandits in that tower. Cool.
Always keep an eye out for scraps of metal. Most chests will have a few in them, so it's always a good idea to check.
Okay, so metal is important. Got it. Can I break down some of these like metal?
Maybe I can find something here.
Your map has different things. Can that go away? Okay, what do we got here?
Find something here.
Hot. A bunch of stuff. Okay. Cool. Got a little bit. Get our torch back out. Quite dark and spooky.
This graveyard has been here since before the outbreak. Can you believe that? It's just one of the places that still remain after so many years. The island is full of them. If you're lucky, you might just find something worthwhile in their ruins.
Okay. So are you just giving me the grand tour of the area, or are you telling me to go in? Wait. Okay, so we're in here. I feel like he was telling us to go in. Either that or he needs to learn to communicate more clearly. His instructions were not well delivered. Oh, read. And so it was that the world was there, when once nothing else stood, a world of beauty and plenty, a world of the glorious one. To humanity he gave the greatest gift and duty, to keep all of creation and protect all that is good. And those that obeyed were deemed worthy and sacred, and they were allowed to join the sun itself. In his golden halls we will thrive, reaching perfection in its purest form. For the longest eons all was at peace, material and immaterial as it should be. But then came the heretics and the sinners, no better than mere worms. They worshipped demons and lies, and because of them we were cursed. So much blood. I don't know about the reward being going into the sun. Personally, I think that would result in quite a lot of burning. Lots of burning. But, you know, is what it is. Okay, pickaxe surely can get... Nope, can't get through the crypt wall with pickaxe. But we did find a letter at least. What's this? Green herb. That feels very Resident Evil. Bodies, can't take any of the shovels. What is an RPG with no shovel? Come on, mate. And there's something on the wall there. Okay. Thought he said we'd find some stuff in these ruins. I am disappointed, mate. I feel like I've been let down and sold a false promise. Okay, let's head back up to Baldir, the liar, the scoundrel. Ooh.
I need to catch my breath.
Not in love with containers that don't have anything in them. I don't know why some RPGs do that. I kind of feel like if it's searchable, there should be something in it. If it's not searchable. That doesn't look great, does it? Why is it red? Spooky. This is a region contaminated by the plague. Okay. We do not want to go infected, so you can use fire to clear it. That's pretty cool.
Losing a loved one can break a man in more ways than one. I suppose it was just too much for him to bear. By the same token, the death plague can kill us in more ways than one. Taking away our hope is a gentler path to oblivion, though it's no less painful.
Where is this poor guy that he's talking about? Oh, here. To whomever may find this letter, please do not move me from where I lay. I wish to stay next to my wife, to rest upon her grave, so that the glorious one willing our souls may find each other in his golden halls. I pray to you, whoever you may be, allow me this last act of faith. I have loved my Clara more than the sky and the earth, more than the stars and the flowers I laid here yesterday, more than life. Please allow me to rest here by her side, now and forever. Okay. Well, I don't really see why I would bother moving you. Old market. What do we got in the market? Hopefully things. Not really seeing people. Can't have been here that long though without people, because there's food. Loot everything. As you guys know, I am a loot bandit. Must get all the loot at all times.
This might be
Leave
useful.
nothing behind.
This might be useful.
Ever. God, it's an addiction.
Look at this place. It used to be full of people, laughter, and life. Now it's nothing more than an empty shell. Look around if you like. There's probably something useful here. Food, resources, even weapons. Who knows? Just don't take too long. You never know what dangers might be lurking in the dark.
Fair point. Well, I've already started with loot, right? What have we got in here? Alright, more.
This might be useful.
All kind of crafting materials for the most part by the look of it. Does look like there's some leather and stuff that we're picking up, so maybe we can make some armor or something? Once we've kind of had a look at all these, we'll, I think we'll open up our crafting inventory and see whether we've kind of, you know, filled out anything, like the requirements of anything that we need. Got a lot of apples now. Oh, that was a shield, I believe. And
Maybe I
there's
can
some
find
pants.
something here.
Seen anything else there too much? So, okay. We got simple trousers. Yeah, this flickering's killing me. And the fact that I can't drag over things, I do not like that. They really need to fix that up. Alright, so I'm guessing we put the shield here. Definitely want a shield equipped. Crafting, what do we got? Nothing of amazingness. Make another bandage. Just to have. And skills, okay, we're leveling up certain skills here, but it's still in work by the look of it, so the whole skill menu is something that's going to be coming as the game progresses. That's cool. An animal area. There's a lot of promise I'm seeing. If I'm going to be honest, like there's some cool stuff they're doing, they're playing around with. I can see where it's going. Oh, I like their shield, and I like that. Yep, I like the way he's holding the shield. Like, so often it's just kind of put in front of you as opposed to, like, the way that, you know, you would actually probably most likely use a shield. Points of interest.
Come on.
Yep.
We're almost there.
Oh, your action might trigger status effects, good or bad. I don't want a bad one. Alright, charge. What do we got up here? Time for combat, surely, by now.
And here we are, my old village. The world is dead, but we are not. Is that a saying? A reminder my father once told me. It means that no matter how many times the world casts you down, if you don't give up, you can rise again. I had forgotten the words. I had given up. And now I'm here with you, and I've been wondering, why did you come to Norvalir? I've heard the death plague is even worse on the continent, but sailing here alone could have easily gotten you killed, right?
It was my parents' idea. They were born here and thought that this was the only place where they could start a village and actually make it work. When they got infected, I swore I'd make their dream come true for them.
So you're here to start a village, recruit people, keep them safe, punish traitors, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I know it sounds childish, but I promised them. In fact, I could use the help of someone who knows the lay of the land. I don't suppose you know someone like that?
I don't know. I'm not exactly known for being a good leader. I admit, I know how to keep a village going on a day-to-day basis, but when the time comes to make big decisions, I freeze up.
Then just leave that stuff to me. You can stay in the village and let me know if anything important happens when I come back from exploring. What do you say?
I'm not sure. Look, just make a campfire and a tent for now. Get some rest. I'll sleep on it.
All right. I'll circle back to it tomorrow then.
Okay, build mode. Okay, this is cool. How do we do this? Campfire, yep. Campfire's preferred. Okay. So, how does our build mode work? First, let's grab this. New structures unlocked. I feel like we need a hammer for a build mode, right? Let's read this first. The board will show you requests by your villagers. If you are not sure how... Why would it be covered in blood then? No, come on. The villagers aren't writing in blood or anything like that. That's silly. Okay, so how do I get to build mode? B. Who would have thunk it? Okay, I need some firewood. So in order to get that, let's create some firewood. And then we can go B and make a campfire. Let's make it. Alright, that seems... I can't seem to turn it around at all, can I? Oh, rotate. Yep. Oh, what about right there? Done. And then construction paused. I don't want to pause it. Why is the construction paused? Construction in progress. Okay. You're facing the wrong way when you're building it, sir. Turn around. Please turn around. Okay, it's almost 9 p.m. It feels like it's very late at night. We have a campfire. That is fantastic. We can also use it to roast things. Ooh, roasted chicken meat, turnip, and carrot. Let's make some roasted turnip. Okay. Select the roasted turnip. Now, what else do we need to build? We need a traveler's tent. So we need rope and we need reed fiber. Can we make rope? We can make rope. Okay, I like that it stacks. I believe I only needed 3. Yes, let's check. Nope, need another one, but the reed fiber is the problem. I think I may have used all my reeds on bandages. Oh no, that would have been cotton. Okay, so where do we get reeds from? Is this reed? The plant fiber. Plant fiber different to a... It is. Okay. Conundrum. Where are the reeds? You a reed? No, you are a plant. Apparently that is different. You are also a plant. But this is water. Cool. Stay hydrated. Have some reeds. Okay, consume some water. Consume some food. Yeah. Stay hydrated, I heard you. Go away. Alright, let's make us a tent. And we want to have it so its entrance is nice and facing the fire, so it captures it all, funnels it in, strategic like that. There we go. And then let's... Yeah, now we're actually facing it when we build it. That's nice. A wondering I'm having is that unless you're going to animate that a bit more and have it kind of procedurally come in, I wonder what the purpose is having the wait time on the build. You could have it just kind of slap down and be like, yeah, cool, there. Let's rest for, what's the time? Let's go, okay, it's 11 p.m. Let's rest for 9 hours. I want it to be, honestly, it actually looked like daytime because it, so far, I'm not really seeing any change in the light cycle, so to speak. It doesn't really seem to be getting brighter or darker in any, like, substantial way that's noticeable to me just yet. Or, I kind of wish we could speed this up a little bit, but 5, 7. Okay, here we go. We're getting some daylight. Alright, nice. And that feels better. It's been a very dark game so far. Okay, cool. And let's eat our roast turnip, shall we? Okay, I have to put it down here. God, that flickering has to go away. I don't know whether that's just a me thing or... Surely it's not though. Okay, return to Boulder. Where are you in the house? Yep.
I've thought about your offer. And I accept. I'll
I
help
accept.
you with your dream of starting a village.
Oh, that's great news, Boulder. You won't regret it.
We'll see. For now, let's repair the old village center. Once it's fixed, it'll be a place where you can quickly see anything related to running the village.
On it.
Alright. Repair the village center. Okay, we need wood piece, fiber rope, firewood. I think we've got enough for that. So let's see. How many did we need? Let's go 6. I don't know how they would change this, but I kind of want to be able to like select whatever it is I'm trying to build and have a menu of what I need rather than having to look at it and remember it. Because now I just looked at it, but like now we need 6 wood pieces and 20 firewood. Okay. 6 wood pieces and 20. So 1, 2, and then 3, 6, 9. So that's 15. That should do it. And then I might need some actual wood again, because we just used it all up. Unless we still get to keep most of our logs. I think we needed 8 logs. So we probably need 1 more after this, so I'm going to have to cut a tree down, I believe. At least we get to see what that will look like. Have a look. Yep, all I do. So let's get out our trusty axe. Okay, we're not really getting any visible damage on the tree. And I won't lie, I feel like I've been very spoiled in survival games. At least it's doing that one where it drops, but it hasn't fallen. Okay, bit of work for them to do there. But I think things like Sons of the Forest and Valheim have really spoiled a lot of us in terms of how that looks, and it's become the new norm of what we expect from games when it comes to kind of resource collection and resource gathering. Okay, we are repairing the village center. Haven't seen anyone else from Boulder, except for Boulder, so I'm assuming there's not actually that many NPCs or people in the game just yet, in this like early demo. We have a storage. Okay, we can manage our village by using the bell. So basically village management is here, where we can then assign things. So our plague site, supplies, okay, and we've got like kind of a consumption per day, and so we put things in there. Okay, and we save here. So villages, we need a village hut, villager house. Okay, so I think we're probably going to talk to Baldur before we're allowed to do that. We don't want to charge ahead without his permission. He's now our village elder.
Now that's a sight I never thought I'd see again. A village center. The dream lives on, despite it all.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about all the people who didn't make it here. Anyway, it's time to focus on the present. We have a moment to rest, if you need it. Otherwise, it's best to keep moving.
What's our next step?
Well, this might be a good time to start working on a builder's hut. You'll be able to craft some basic materials in it. Trust me, can't ever have enough of them. You'll need a schematic for it, though. Lucky for us, I used to have one at my old home, just over there. It's from a different time, when I still dreamed of starting over.
You are starting over, Boulder. With me. Wait here. I'll be back soon.
Look at those eyes. Just take a moment to appreciate that, like, murderous death stare he's giving me as we try to romance him. He's going to murder us in our sleep. For sure. Okay, eat food, drink water, get the schematic. Yeah, okay, come on, where? That's really annoying. Oh, it's not. Okay, come on. Find the sweet spot. Oh, there we go. Got it. Build a builder's hut. Build the hut. Where is service? Farming service. Builder's hut. We need a whole bunch of resources. Okay. As I start to collect some of these resources, I'm going to start wrapping up with my thoughts, feelings, and impressions on the game. what do I think of the Nested Lands? I think it's got potential. I think it's a bit undercooked at this stage. That's not criticism. I just think it is a playtest, it is a demo, and they are taking feedback, and they've got a survey in the main menu for that purpose, which is fantastic. That's exactly what we want to see from developers. And I think, as I said, it's got a lot of potential. I think the graphics obviously need a bit of work. It's, you know, it's in its early stages, but Boulder's eyes scare the hell out of me. And they absolutely need to get the UI squared in. Like that flickering, that kind of thing, whatever's causing that cannot happen. I tried fiddling around in the settings a bit on my end, and I didn't get any success. And I am running a 4090. Like, it's not the top of the line, but it's close to it. There's not much better at it out there, so I've got a very good setup. So for that to be happening is a concern. I think that I'm intrigued by this kind of building mechanic. I do wonder about that, like having it a bit more animated when it builds in. Otherwise, I don't really see the purpose of having having it take time. I think they've got to kind of land one side or another. Either have it just stamp out, or have there actually be kind of like an incremental build animation. And these trees are getting, like, you can see what they're going for there. You can see that they're working on it. So I imagine that this would look quite different in a final build. I have yet to see combat, so in this little first impressions, I'm sorry, but we won't, I don't think, be getting to any combat phases to see what that looks like. The story is interesting and compelling. Like, I'm intrigued in this idea of the plague and everything going to hell and everyone kind of being left to their own devices. I think that's intriguing. I'm less, I guess I'm less kind of thrilled with the element of not having any choice in the dialogue. So I really like the kind of mashup they're going for of kind of survival crafting game with an RPG, because quite often it's one way or the other. I really enjoy being able to lean into that role play element a bit more and make decisions around what you're saying and how you interact with characters, rather than just kind of stamping out the next conversation. However, that being said, the voice acting is fantastic, and I think for such an early build, having that in there is really cool. And I really like the intro scene with the kind of the slides, the artwork slides. So I think that's really well done too. So all in all, it's quite a promising little demo. One to maybe add to your wish list and keep an eye on. There is no release date that I'm aware of at this stage. So there's, and as we can see when we go into the menus, particularly with things like the skill trees all being a work in progress, there's obviously quite a lot still to go with the game, and we're just kind of exploring the basic functionality so far. But very promising start. Lots to do still, but very promising start. Anyway, this has been Sidequest Gaming. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. This has been the demo for Nested Lands. Have an amazing day as always. I'll catch you in the next one, and if you haven't done it yet, please consider liking and subscribing. It makes a big difference to me. See you later. Bye.